Well, got this thing built. Got my 03 KDX 200 on here. I took out the two front bolts. I have that one cross-link bolt, fits the tire just almost perfectly. On the rear, I think I'm going to pull out one other bolt back there, but fits pretty good. So I put the pipe side out, so it's facing the driver's direction, because I'm going to put this on my front hitch on my truck. So at least the pipe will be getting the brunt of the bugs and water and everything else if it rains. But I think I'm going to pull these one or two back bolts out back there just to make that tire fit a little bit better. So here we are. So pulled that one out. I don't want to pull out too many because then you're going to have these giant bumps that you got to go over to push this thing up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Fits pretty good. I think the next step here is to throw this on the truck and see how we do. My front hitch is nice and low, so it should be nice and easy to load. And there we are in the back. Pretty good. Not a bad setup. Paid $100 for this thing, and we'll see how it does. So this is my 2016 Ram 2500 Power Wagon. With the Power Wagon, you have the winch in the area between the toe points in the front, so it has the low style front hitch. There's another option that hooks up to those front hooks that comes out right in the middle, but my winch is there. So just trying it on this hitch. It's nice and low to the ground, but it is inset a little bit, so I'm probably going to end up using my riser. I have like a 600-pound heavy-duty riser that goes in there that'll bring it up another 4 inches and out another 2 or 3. And I use that with like my front hitch haul carrier and everything else. But just trying to get a gauge of where I'm at with this. I mean, it fits in there pretty good, and it's nice and low to the ground, so it should be easy to load. So I've got this bike on here. I mean, not too bad height-wise. I mean, it's enough to see to make sure that the thing isn't loosening up, but it's low enough that I have plenty of visibility, so it's not really blocking. I don't even have it tied down at the moment. It's just kind of sticking in there, so once I compress the suspension, it'll be even lower. Kind of see how it's inset there. I'm probably going to put my riser on. So with the riser, with this, it's probably going to be perfect. And then once the suspension's compressed, it'll probably be about the same height, all said and done. So functionally, this thing works, but I'm really not happy with how it flexes. So because it's built in 2 halves, there's bolts in the middle, 8 bolts. And if I push down, I can get the whole thing to flex. Once the weight is static and on top of it, you see how it shifts? It shifts a lot. Once the weight's on top and it's static, it's fine. You can adjust it, but I'm really just not in love with the fact that this thing moves. I mean, all the bolts are in double shear, but yeah, I mean, it's not a great... I don't like stuff that moves personally. So here I'm just playing with the level, just trying to get an idea. I think I break out the angle finder too to just try and get this thing perfectly straight. And part of the reason I bought a steel unit instead of the aluminum is I saw a lot of the aluminum ones, a lot of like the cross brackets on the actual track itself were broken or were breaking from stress. They had stress fractures in the aluminum. And the aluminum, I don't have an AC TIG welder or a AC MIG, so it's just another layer, and then who knows the grade of the aluminum to be able to repair it. With this, it's all steel. So my thought process here was this thing was $110 on Amazon on sale. It's steel. I can weld it. If I want to add anything to it, any hooks or anything like that in the future, I can. So it just makes it a little bit easier for that because I like to modify everything. But here I'm just getting this thing perfectly straight. I'm going to bring it inside, grind it down, and start going to town welding it. I want it to be stiff. I want it to be heavy duty. I'm going to leave all the hardware in, but I just don't want it to move. I really don't. I mean, like, I don't want it to flex on the road. I'm sure it's plenty strong. I see plenty of people with, like, really big street bikes on these things. But I just can't stand it if it's going to be moving and shifting on me. So, take this thing off and go to town welding it. So I got this thing nice and straight, just scuffing off some powder coat. It's a pretty thin layer of powder coat. starting from the inside, working my way out, make sure everything stays straight as I go, and a lot of little joints, a lot of little lap joints and areas where I can weld. So it's gonna be good. Just crank away at this. The steel's pretty heavy duty. I mean, I didn't blow through any hole or make any holes, burn through any of the steel, so it worked out pretty well. And just hitting every joint that I can. So just going around it one last time, hitting all those spots, doubling up what I need to double up, and should be good. So I'll get this thing welded all the way around. I got it leveled first, hit the top there. These are welded all the way around. Welded the bases as well, just so that way these bolts, if they come loose for any reason, I don't lose anything. And also this is another tread in theory when the bike comes on. So these are all the way around on both here. Went up the edge there, all the way across there, all the way across there on the inside, up the edge to hold that in. Did the same on this side, and then did the bottom as well. So all around, welded these seams, boom, boom, and on the other side as well. So this thing ain't going anywhere. It's only as strong as the metal that it's made out of, but I'm gonna leave all the hardware in because it's just extra added security, but at least now the thing won't flex. I mean, the biggest load is when you actually wheel this thing up for the most part, and then when you hit bumps, but at least now it won't move. Because I didn't really like the fact that, like, you roll it up, this side has a lot of weight on it, then you got to pull on the other side to get it to shift. And then if things are moving, even though these are like in double shear, these bolts, they're still only 4.8 rated, so they're, I guess, grade 2, grade 5 maybe, probably not even grade 5. I mean, grade 8. Grade 8 is the same as 10.9, so a lot of this stuff comes 8.8, so it's like grade 5. He's probably grade 2 hardware, and I really don't want to risk losing a bike because of a cheesy carrier. But this should be good. I mean, it's rated for 600 pounds. Bike only weighs about 220, maybe 240 wet. Probably not even. But some added security at the very least. This is easy enough to do, and this is part of the reason I bought the steel one. So I was going to get the aluminum, like the Black Widow, but for some reason it wouldn't ship to my house from Amazon, and then I would have had to pay for shipping, so it would have been like $200. This thing was $110 on sale, so, and now I modified it, so it's stronger than it is from the factory in theory. The Black Widow one's only rated for 400 pounds, and then I saw some pictures of people breaking the aluminum cross brackets, and then if it's aluminum, I don't have an AC TIG welder, so can't be bringing that back. At least this, I could always modify it if I want to add extra loops for straps or anything else. I can always modify it, or even cut that shank off and put a nice piece of 1/4-inch wall. This is pretty thin. Maybe it's 3/16, but it's more than strong enough. I'll probably never run it on the smallest hole. Probably at least put it in the middle so there's enough meat on the shank. And yeah, so this will be good. The only other thing I'm going to do, I think, is take these little bolts. I like that when they go in, it holds everything nice and tight, keeps it from rattling, but I don't want them to walk out. So I'm probably going to drill a hole at the bottom and put a hitch pin in each one, just so that way they don't lift out. But that's just me being a crazy person. But yeah, it should be good. So not bad. $100. Yeah, probably another $100 worth of my time, but it is what it is. I'm gonna give this thing a shot of paint, and looking forward to putting it to use. It's gonna be nice on the front of the truck. It doesn't really take up a ton of space, and you can see right over the top of it. I didn't even have it cranked down. You only see the top portion of the, without any straps on it. You only see the top handlebars. So once it gets strapped down, it'll probably go even lower. And I mean, I want to be able to see it just so that way it doesn't loosen up, or I can see if it loosens up. But shouldn't be too bad. I got a set of Go Rhino straps. Came with the soft, whatever you want to call them, the soft shackles or soft ties. So these aren't the ones that it came with. It's another set, but from the previous owner. But came with 4 soft ties, and then it came with 4 straps, and they all have a clip, so that way when the suspension travels, if it bounces, they don't come loose. So should be a step in the right direction. So looking forward to utilizing it, and we'll see where we end up. Just giving this thing a shot of paint. This is the Rust-Oleum High Heat Flat Black. I love this paint. I use it on everything, especially when the welds are still warm. It just kind of, the pores are open, it absorbs it, and gives you a good finish. It's very, very strong, very durable. And that's the story. Get a coat of paint on there, and yeah, it should be good. Unfortunately, I got to modify everything, but can't help myself. But this can be good. I'll put this thing to use. It's not going to live outside, so it's not going to rust. And I like the fact that it's adjustable with the tires, so I already have that bolt out, so the rear tire fits right in, and then the front drops in, and then that pin goes through. So kind of cool, a little added security, but not bad. So for $100, a little sweat equity. I mean, it's gonna be strong. It ain't going anywhere now. It's all welded, so it's gonna be solid as rock. And that bike isn't all that heavy. I saw some reviews of this thing with people with like street bikes on these things. So, I mean, I wasn't even really all that impressed with it by itself. Like with this bike on it, this is only a 200-something pound bike. I mean, I probably wouldn't go on a long road trip with it like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just crazy, but anything that moves, it's just potential for these bolts to shear. I mean, I guess with this strapping that it has, it holds it together, but I mean, I'm not a fan. So, whatever. Mine's good. And that'll be it. So, looking forward to putting this thing to use. And should be good. Get out riding.